Okay, so I mean, I was planning on playing this game today anyway, but it definitely works well that I can do a game that makes for shorter videos because something actually did come up tomorrow that I might not be able to stream for quite as long. Anyway, as for anyone watching this live on Twitch, you might see something about stream length may be dictated by cat. Yeah, I was actually just about to start streaming, and then I was like, oh wait, I still have to do my paperwork for my actual job. And while I was doing that, the cat started scratching at the doors, and I'm like, I probably should let him in, but I don't want him getting in the way when I'm actually doing paperwork, because there are times that he comes in and his only real mission is to make sure I'm not playing on my computer or insert other electronic device here. Sometimes I can get him if I have something playing on the computer, like a video. He'll block that, sit down right in front of where the computer is, and I'll be able to actually do something on a different device. So I'm like, yeah, I guess, especially playing this game, I can let him in during actual streaming time, but by the time I finished up my paperwork, he had stopped scratching at the door, so... Oh, right. No, that's not... Hold on. No, we did that. We want to go back to something earlier. Which one do we want to go back to? Guess this one here. Wait, what's this decision? I thought I was going for, Hold on. That's not the right one after all. This is where I want it to be. It's going to help you decide. I want you to know that Tasha's told me about yesterday's events. Or what? Oh, that of course. Miss Katya said you called her in yesterday when I was being cornered by those girls, so I have to thank you for that at least. Oh, this was after that decision? I guess I must not have put a save right before that decision. Katya said that? Maybe she doesn't want me to look bad in front of Natalia, but it's still pretty hard to imagine her covering for me for something like that. I shrug off the thought. No use thinking about it now. No, don't worry about it. That's the least I could do. A Russian always pays her debts. Natalia slaps her hand on the desk to emphasize her point. Did she just pick up that line from a TV show? Nonetheless, she looks very serious about the offer. There's no way a school like St. D's would just let us waltz out of the school premises to go for drinks in town without facing harsh consequences afterwards, especially not with someone shady like Fran. If guards or anyone from the student government catch us, we're sure to get very caustic formal reprimands from the faculty. I might even get expelled. It's an amazing feat for someone only 5 days in. Or my parents catch wind of it and cut my allowance. Now we're talking horrible. On the other hand, I really, really don't want to disappoint Natalia on my conscience. That thing, I go for the rational choice. Well then, if you insist, I guess. Fran claps me on the back at this, probably overjoyed that a rule-abiding student like myself has succumbed to their ways. Attaboy. Thank you very much, Eric. And at a loss for words, I simply smile back at her and we return to our meals. With nothing else left to say, I do the same, and we pass the lunch period in relative quiet, save for small bits of idle chatter. We soon finish, and the bell rings not long after. Fran straightens up and dramatically pats their belly in satisfaction. Well, that's that, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, but we have got to be going immediately. I'm going to be having remedial classes with Mrs. Cronenberg this afternoon. See you this evening then, Fran, Eric? Yeah, sure, I'll text you guys details. Sure thing. See ya. You too, Eric. Bye, Eric. With a brief nod to me, the twins head out of the cafeteria. Well then, let's get going, darling. Mr. Ashner's not going to be waiting for us. Yes, coming. I just hope I won't end up embarrassing myself tonight. No, I don't like this one bit. Nah, not quite. Just a little more. Maybe a little more to the left, the right, just a bit, and crap, I ruined it. 1647, a slew of new text messages is already accumulating on my phone, all coming from Fran as I expected. The agreement we had was to meet at 17 o'clock at the place they chose for us, and I would have already been there for a while already if my hair didn't be stubborn as all hell tonight. God damn it, why won't you cooperate with me, for Christ's sake? Groaning in frustration, I set my comb aside, simply sweep the offending forelocks to the side and accept defeat. I pull on my coat, fuss with the collar a bit, and head out. Sweeping my room with one final cursory glance, I lock it and descend the flight of stairs to the common room and out of the building. As I step out into the open, I notice the school grounds are positively abuzz with activity in stark contrast with the bitingly chilly evening air. Small flocks of students and teachers alike are walking, running, scurrying to and fro, franticness written all over them, some of their faces practically hidden behind stacks of paperwork. Some of them are huddled in little circles on the ground, working on kiosks or painting their massive colorful banners or handing out flyers to passerby. Fran wasn't joking when they said the school is busy and excited. Everyone, for all the exhaustion clearly evident on their form, looks very happy. Loud sudden beeping on my phone shatters my reverie before I can sink too deep into it. Fishing out my phone, I am greeted by Fran's name in large, conspicuous letters on the screen. Well, hey love, what's taking you so long? We've been waiting for 45 minutes already. Sorry, I got held up. Held up? By whom? Don't tell me you spent over an hour fussing with your hair. What a princess. What? Hell no, I wasn't. Don't worry, Eric. Whatever your hair looks like, you're still beautiful to me. Listen, I'm sorry. Tell the girls I'll be over there very, very soon. Okay, just make sure you're not chickening out, darling. Even after agreeing to them earlier this afternoon, I'm still feeling the urge to do exactly that. With the sound of a loud parting kiss, I hang up and I slide my phone back into my coat pocket. Try to shake off the numbness of my leg to no avail and hobble toward the front entrance, trying to be as casual and natural as I can force myself to be. It takes me less than 5 minutes to reach our designated meeting place, an inconspicuous bush a short distance from the school gates. Meanwhile, it takes me less than a second to notice the flax-colored hair of two very familiar Russian girls. Fran notices me in turn and waves me over with an airy grin. I nod and walk towards them. Sure took your time, darling. Huh? Yeah, sorry about that. At least you didn't back out. I was around 80% sure you would. I did entertain the idea all the way, if that counts. Natalia looks at me, her eyes widening in horror. Eric, that's not manly at all. That shall not do. Why does it keep doing that every time I click, huh? Whatever you do, you need to do it with conviction, Eric. No room for doubt, not an inch. Always conviction. She jabs at my chest with her forefinger, her brows furrowed, desperate to get her point, whatever the hell it is, across. You should be convicted. That's not the right word in this context, Natasha. Natalia fails to hide a self-satisfied smile. I know, it is a joke. After a while, Fran chuckles to himself, then shrugs and stands up from their seat. Well then, since we finished our comedy skit with Go and Natalia, shall we get a move on? At this, Natalia relents and the twins straighten up. You guys really sure this will be okay? Eric, living without risks is not true living. That was said by the Arist Hotel. Arist Hotel. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, and I'm pretty sure you meant Aristotle. But I read it on the internet. What, you cannot just go on and, lie on the internet, can you? Can you? Probably should have been read, but I had to read it as read. I decided not to give Natalia the satisfaction of getting me to respond to that. We ended up hailing a cab to the city. By the time we got there, it was already dark, but looking around, I think the place more than made up for it. Bright, alive, and pulsing with energy. It's a different part of the city than where my sisters live. It's a lot more beautiful and vivacious. The cities like this often do look like that at night. Streets are flooded with colorful neon lights and massive electronic billboards, the air electrified with a raging motley inferno of music, sounds of vehicles, and people talking. It's not that Basel hasn't got its share of clubs, but the sheer over-the-top liveliness of the place definitely makes nightlife back home feel drab and oppressively quiet. It's just a short walk from here on, if I remember the location correctly. If not, well, there's always the other clubs to check out. You guys all trust your Uncle Fran, don't you? Not at all. Yeah. Uncle? Fran just giggles in amusement at the confused look on Natalia's face and takes the lead with the wide grin. Having no other recourse, we just nod and follow them. Eventually, Fran lights up as they spot our place in the difference. I didn't have to look hard for it. The neon sign screaming Sylvester's Saloon in hot red letters had just about the subtlety of a burning, speeding truck on the Autobahn. Despite my earlier misgivings, I can't help feeling a bit excited, but I do my best to hide it. The twins, meanwhile, aren't even bothering with doing so. Fran smiles in approval. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, let's party hard tonight. Oh, is that you, Eric? Fuck. True enough, Ella is walking up to us carrying heavy-looking bags full of what looks to be cans of paint and other materials. Behind her I notice Irene hobbling with her own load. Hello, fancy meeting you all here. Where are you guys going? Sorry, pointless question. I have a good idea, but this is just for politeness. Well, we're dead. Of all the people who could catch us red-handed, it's them. A sense of impending doom looms over me as I try my best to avoid Ella's eyes, while Fran's gaze flits around as they try to conjure a plausible excuse in vain. Oh, hey there, Prez. Well, see, we're just, sightseeing? Ella glances over our shoulders as she quickly pieces together what our destination is. She sighs, rolls her eyes, and looks at me with a grim stare. We do encourage making friends at a school wherever and whenever possible, Eric, but it will do you a world of good to be just a little more picky. Ella slowly but meaningfully glances toward Fran, especially where Fran is concerned. The school hasn't forgotten about the July 4th incident, you know? I find this especially funny because this game is aggressively European, so July 4th should be just a normal day. July 4th? Oh, come on, Prez. That one was an accident. I couldn't have foreseen the bears. Bears? All I'm saying is that I'm sure there's better use of your Friday evening than spending it in seedy, suspicious bars like this, especially for new students like you. Otherwise, it will surely reflect very poorly on your behavior as a student. Her voice never sheds its soft, measured quality throughout, like a mother scolding her naughty little children. Somehow it only makes me feel a whole lot guiltier. Sorry. Well, actually, Miss President, all heads turn to Natalia as she suddenly steps forward, her hands stiffly raised in the air, her eyes suddenly aflame with conviction. Even Ella's calm demeanor cracks for a bit at her sudden interjection. Yes, Natalia? Actually, we're not going to the bar or anything. You got it wrong. You just had the wrong assumption. There it is, the dreaded singular second of silence. Like a lioness about to pounce on her prey, her unwaveringly intense eyes are now locked upon Ella and Irene. Having seen this scene more times than I would like this week, would have liked this week. I mentally braced myself. A erroneous assumption. God, Natalia. I'm fine. I'm fine.